Hello everyone, my name's Alex. Before we start this video, I'm just saying I'm filming off a little camera at the moment. It's a little GoPro that I just bought, so I thought I'd test it. I honestly cannot see what I'm filming as it doesn't have a screen on it, so regards to this video anyway. So anyway, what I'm going to talk about is basically there's a video on the internet. It's I think it's by Dubspot. With DJ Endo promoting it, and basically I have a massive setup which is called the Mothership, and I think from what I can remember it uses an S4, two X1s, the sound cards, I forgot what they call the sound cards, it's made by Native Instruments, and the Native Instrument machines, and something else all integrated into one setup so it all works together. But from what I saw from the video, it seems quite complicated within the setup, and but for myself some of it don't seem like a useful purpose, or just over complicated for what there is with everything and all that setup. So what we've got here is basically what I'm going to discuss and show you how to do is create a setup with an S4, X1, F1 and a machine micro. I don't have the big machine at the minute, but to be honest I probably won't buy it because I'll use my micro anyway. But just a way how to integrate all your setup into something that all works in sync with each other, or to the best of, for cheap, not having to buy any other hardware and download software, and basically just an easy way to do it. So here's my setup. I think I'm getting all this in on the camera, but S4, the new F1 controller, or newish, the X1 and the machine micro. Basically when you start, just install everything as usual. Right, also what we have here is an extra that we're going to need. It's a mini jack cable, and on the back of the mini jack at the other end of this is a phono output, red and white phono, left and right. You're going to need one of them. You can pick one of these up for about £1.50 from a local store like Maplin Electronics if you live in England, or I don't know, in America Best Buy seem to sell everything, so I imagine they might sell them. Some other big places, they'll probably charge you about £5 or £6. Just try and make some money off, but you can pick these up off internet, eBay or whatever, or Amazon for next to nothing. Probably pick them up for like 50p. So anyway, what were I going to do? Oh yeah, with a setup like this, you're going to need a decent computer. I'm not trying to brag or anything, but I tried running all this off my old computer, which was running off an i3 processor on 4GB of RAM, and basically we're just bottlenecking my computer. The load was sky high and it was just crashing every 2 minutes. So you're going to want something that's decent. Honestly, I have never delved into Macs, and to be honest, they don't really interest me, but that's something else. So I always like to stick to my PC. I know what I'm doing. I can edit my hardware and that with this, and there's a lot more setting than that I can play with. But anyway, with this PC, what I'm running this off at the minute is an Intel Celeron Core i7 processor with, last time I looked, I think it's 8GB of RAM. How do I get it up now? I haven't got a clue, because in my computer in it. Yeah, but anyway, this is playing that. Yeah, we've got memory 8GB of RAM. On this computer, not connected up to the internet at all. The only software and hardware I have running off it is my Traktor and my machine. So we've got Traktor Pro 2, machine, and the other piece of machine software. I forgot what they call it. Complete Elements, and that's it. And that's it basically. Basically, computer came out of box, installed that, and that's it. That's all we've got on here. Some issues people have with the computers is, especially with audio, is an audio drop. Most common issue with audio drops is your Wi-Fi. For some reason, MIDI setups, all different types, not just native instruments, doesn't like Wi-Fi, and it can play about with the audio. So turn off your Wi-Fi, and it sometimes reduces all the clicks and drops that you get. Well, anyway, with this setup, yeah, well, there's 2 track decks. We have there's F1 running into deck D, and as Machine Micro running into deck C. Alright, as X1 is a lot of extras, as in terms of 4 more lock cues, or 8 more lock cues altogether, and 8 more effects buttons, and these can be applied across all of his decks. So anyway, with this I'll start up Traktor. Alright, so what we want to do is, when we download as a MIDI mapping, is go into Traktor and go into Preferences, Controller Manager, and at the top where it says Devices here, basically pretty much delete whatever's in it besides, say, Traktor S4 mapping. And then what you want to do is add and import your MIDI mapping. So this is in my documents, and it's called X1 F4 V1.tsi. Open that, select it from your settings, which is the S4 FX3 plus 4 Traktor Control X1 blah blah blah. Double click on that, close it, and it should be loaded into your software. Right, there's usually sometimes some teething issues when people put new mappings on, because it doesn't always work straight away. So you'll be twiddling your knobs and that, and nothing will be happening. Usually issue with that is, it's just because it hasn't given the software time to refresh. So what you want to do, you can either pull out the USB and plug it back in, which sometimes work, or just close the program altogether and restart it, or do a full restart on computer. If that doesn't work, try and reinstall the MIDI mapping again, and everything should work together. Because the MIDI mapping is for 4 effects panels, right, you are going to have to do a little bit of tweaking. It's not much when you put this mapping on, but what you want to do is go into Preferences, where are we? Effects panel, and just click on 4 effects units. So then we can see as other effects panels and that they're working. And then in the FX panel mode, we can select what type of effects layout we want, so either group or single mode. Right, and also what we want to do, to be honest, it might be better to set your effects up after this, sorry, is go into your deck layout and select your 4 decks. So you want track A to be a track deck, track B, deck B to be a track deck, either C, depending on what side you want it, with your machine, to be a live input, or the remix deck, or vice versa with deck D, depending on what side you want it on. Right, and then we're pretty much set up. If you ever change your mind, a quick and simple tip to change which side you want your, let's say, his FX deck on, is click on C in here, and you can just change it to what you want. So anyway, it's still recording this, isn't it? what was I going to say now? Yes, the reason we have this cable is because it makes everything 10 times easier than messing with more mapping and I don't know, like inbuilt sound cards and that, because it's a total ball ache, to be honest. Plug this into your headphones in your laptop and let the other side, the phono side, go into whichever side you want your machine playing through, into the back of the phono of the S4, into the input. Alright, and then what you want to do in your machine hardware is basically, this sometimes confuses me because I've had to mess about with it that many times, but basically just follow what I've done. Alright, so I'm going to File, sorry, not Preferences, Audio and MIDI Settings, and basically just copy what I put here. So driver, Wasapi, your device will be what's in your computer, so it'll be running through your computer's audio card, not the S4's audio card. That's why it's coming through at headphone output and back into our S4 as an input. Alright, as routing, machine is the machine left is coming out of my speaker left. By my speaker it means the speakers on my computer, on my laptop, but once we put the headphones in, it'll be coming out of that, out of the headphone jack. And machine out right, out of my speaker right. MIDI mode we don't have to worry about altogether. If you do go onto a website called, which you're going to download the mapping from, it's called traktorbible.com. The other way to get Machine Micro to run in sync with the S4, but to be honest, it's not 100%. The syncing fluctuates, and to be honest, it's a bit of a waste of time unless you can get it to work yourself, unless you're into mapping and things like that, which I'm not. So once this is all on, we're sorted basically. So what I want to do, test everything out. I'll plug this back in, and also, alright, Traktor's already running, sorry, so we want to open machine as well, and see everything working in order. So I'm just in machine at minute, sorry. We'll just pick a drum set for machine. There you go, right. It just shows how much I don't use this. Shift and F1. No, yeah, no. Is it working? No, I think I need to close that. Shift and F1. Am I doing this right? If something never works, as they say, turn it off and turn it on again. There we go. So we'll put the machine software on and the Traktor software on as well. We'll just run the machine off a demo because it can't be bothered putting the code in. So there we go. So right, as you can see, we've got A, B as a track decks. We've got a C, which is a machine coming through, a C deck as a live input, and as D as a remix deck. So we've got C, A, B, D, and here is for our extra effects and our extra cue points. Brilliant. So I'll just show you it working. I'll just turn my amp on. So let's see what we've got here. See if we can find a decent track. I'm saying a decent track. I am literally probably just guessing here. Chocolate Puma, I Wanna Be You, great tune I think. So I'm just picking a random song in a minute. As you can see, everything's working. Right, so what's this? Envisioned by Ensoleil. I'm not quite sure. A lot of my tunes I get off my mates, so yeah. But anyway, as you can see, we'll put this in a 16-bit loop, and we can capture it with, oh no we can't, because of sorry, now we can. See, like we're saying, when you put the new MIDI on, you want to turn the software on and off. So well, close the software down and put it back on again, because it might not work first time, because you have to let the software adjust to the new settings. But anyway, we're all right now. We got this in a loop on track B a minute. We can capture that with our remix deck. Alright, and play it again. It's not in sync, but you can sync it, but for purposes of this tutorial I'm just going to keep things simple. Alright, and with our Machine Micro, it's coming through deck C. Probably can't hear it at the moment, so what we can do is turn the gain up. In fact, we'll turn deck C down, but it's coming in through deck C. But anyway, now as cue points, this is cue point 5, 6, 7 and 8 in an extension to deck B. Alright, so if I press 7, 8, 6, we can see that on here we've got number 6 here. Pressing number 8 now. Sorry, not number 8. Yeah, I've just messed up on this, sorry. Yeah, we've got deck 5, sorry, cue point 5, 6, 7, 8. And these are an extension of what the D deck is basically, or the B deck. And it'll do exactly the same for deck A, so hopefully this helps. Also, I can't remember if I did say this or discuss this, but sometimes when you're running all this hardware off a computer will struggle to power all this hardware. I mean, you've got a lot of stuff. I mean, look at all the lights and different colours and that. There's got to be something powering all this. It's not all going to come off your mains output, and especially through USB on your computer. And if you are doing that, sometimes you can have issues with your hardware. What can I say? Not being powered, turning off halfway through your setup and your mix. So the best thing to buy is a powered USB hub. So you'd have your main USB cable going into your computer, so everything can connect up to your software, and all your hardware being powered off USB. I like to plug my S4 straight into my computer, but everything such as a machine, X1 and F1 off this. As to be honest, the S4 is a bigger piece of kit, and I'm gonna think that's gonna use more power anyway at the end of the day. So yeah, so hopefully this video helps you, and what I'll do after I've finished this video is put on the MIDI mapping when I find it. Alright, cheers and thank you. Bye.